Here we are. You didn't think I was going to do one.
I had to because I did everything else.
I did a SmackDown and an NXT review. There's no way I had to do a Raw. Now, Raw review. I think the best title is He's Back. And that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm not going to be very detailed in this, but I am going to tell you this. Most of the show seemed okay. Most of it. But since I still don't watch Raw on a constant basis, I can't tell you if this is good. I can't tell you if it's bad. I can't tell you if it's ugly. But I will tell you from what I've initially seen, compared to some highlights over the last couple of months, it's different. I'm not saying it's incredibly different, but it is a different product. I can see that. It is. Trish Stratus. Well, actually, let's crank this back. We had two segments. Two. First segment was Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle fighting each other throughout most of the arena in Toronto, Canada. I will say it was good. Nothing wrong with seeing a fight. And seeing that Riddle was trying to make it look as legitimate as possible while barefoot and kicking as much as he could like some nut trying to kill somebody with his legs. It looked good. There was no talking segment. There was no, hey, we're going to stop this. No. That was just these two fighting one another, trying to keep them separate. Adam Pearce didn't say anything. No one else said anything other than the commentary team, which was fine. Matt Smith and Corey Graves, along with, I always forget that guy's name. My goodness. It's been a while since I thought about Braxton. Oh, not Braxton. But Brian Saxton. Brian Saxton. Hadn't thought about them in a while. But they did make the segment work. I'm fine with that. Then, we had Trish coming out. There's no way.
There is no freaking way that piece of behind is not going to show up.
Sorry. There is no way. You're not going to have Trish Stratus, one of the most iconic Canadians that has ever come out and become a wrestler in America, not come out, shaped like this, where she literally was poured. Guys, this woman, I don't know if I'm going to put images in here. I may not, unless I'm going to do this one. She literally was poured into her clothes. She was wearing skin-tight black pants with high heels, high heel boots, where unfortunately she didn't notice that one of her, she used lace in her boots. My ex-wife used to do that when she used to do her work. And I have no shame in saying that she stripped. And there's no shame in anyone who does. I want to make this clear. I know I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do this. Being a stripper, you may think, oh, she likes no. Look, stripping is no different than any job. Some women, or men for that matter, take great pride in doing that mess. Unfortunately, my ex-wife was a bit not perfect at it, but I commend her for doing it. I never told her to do it. She wanted to do it. And I did what I could to work with it, even though it didn't work. And basically, our marriage ended mostly due to that and other situations. But she looked like she's wearing stripper boots that unfortunately was not laced up properly on her left leg. That sucker was, the laces there was just hanging from her left leg. The other one was tied up properly, but her left one was not. Probably she didn't notice when she came out. It probably came loose when she was going through the gorilla. So, she sounded very good. There was no problem, at least until Bayley and her crew came out and tried to make it a problem. And then the one who tried to solve that problem was the EST, the fastest, strongest, the bestest, the Bianca Belair comes out to try and even the score. I'll tell you this, taking away from what they said in the ring, it was fine. Seeing that Bianca was trying to show respect to Trish, who was literally poured. Guys, you don't understand. Trish Stratus is still a very beautiful, physically beautiful woman. She's not heavy set. Her breasts don't look like they sag. And I'm not taking anything away from any woman who has saggy breasts or a saggy butt. You can still look hot even with them. But this woman looked like that there was a mold that was made of her clothes. They were set up with people holding it, and literally she was picked up by someone and put in, and her body just melted into her pants, her boots, and her damn top. That is how it looked. And after we get Alexa Bliss and a Asuka coming out, they have the semifinals when it came against Sky and Kai, the Kais, Sky Kai. I thought that Alexa and Asuka was going to win, but they did not. It was Sky Kai that won. But now hearing they're going to have a second chance match due to the fact that one of the teams where one person is not cleared due to corporate restrictions, that I can't remember her name, but she's not cleared, she's not there, and it's a possibility that she didn't take the injection. She didn't want to. Or she might have had some condition. I don't think she had any condition. So she just didn't want to. So she was disqualified. Well, not disqualified. Not allowed to travel. And that's it. So they're going to do a second chance match with 4 more teams again to replace the ones that could not be there. I still don't really feel this tournament because of how badly treated Sasha and my Naomi was treated, how badly the titles were treated, how badly the division was treated. I'm glad they're having a tournament, but it doesn't mean it means anything to me until the tournament is over. And will they make those titles mean something? The tournament to me doesn't mean anything until after it's over and what is it? I can't remember the pay-per-view's name. For some reason I'm blanking. But when the pay-per-view comes and it's over, that's when I'll be interested, because that's when they're going to have to make those titles mean something across Raw, SmackDown, and NXT if they're going to do it. I'm just saying. Now, we got a match between Finn and Dolph Ziggler. Now, this is because Dolph lost to Austin Theory, and Finn is trying to make it very clear that you're nothing. You're trying to attach yourself to younger talent. You're a nobody. I'm kind of wondering, why didn't Dolph say, am I any better than you when you're doing with Rhea, who was standing right next to him? Because Rhea was standing next to him, and Damian Priest had a match later in the night because of Edge, so that was that. But he got his ass, he got the taste smacked out of his mouth, and Dolph went through Gorilla at least for a moment and came back. Well, you're gonna sit there on the floor and act like a bitch and get in there, and people going, oh. Now I'm not gonna do that. Even though I did an example of, oh, he called him a bitch, I'm not going to do that. Did I believe that segment worked where Finn took the smack, Rhea's by his side, and then Dolph came back out and tried to belittle him afterward? Yeah, because we normally wouldn't see that. So I didn't mind it. The match itself was alright. Seeing Finn win the match actually is a good thing, because then you see that they are still making Judgment Day important. That's what I see. And seeing that Rhea gave him the damn nut shot was fine. Now, the open challenge of... Let me give it to you like this. Seeing Alpha Academy out there was fine. Seeing that they're belittling... seeing they're trying to screw with the Toronto crowd was fine. But seeing that it was Kevin Owens who came out, for me personally, I was hoping for somebody else. Maybe Sammy. I would like to see Sammy come out, but since Sammy is still working with the Bloodline and he took the bullet for Roman Reigns, I didn't expect him to come out, but I kind of wish he did, because I think he's a little El Generico, Kevin Owens. Not saying Kevin isn't important and he didn't get a big ass pop, because he did. The prize fighter got his pop. And the match was alright, and Kevin Owens won. But after the match was over, he got his ass laid out. But here's the thing. Kevin Owens was supposed to do something with Roman Reigns, because he said, I'm taking out your problem. Remember me. And Roman told Sammy, I don't care who you are. I'm not remembering you. The question's going to be, did they go away from that? Or are they going to do a much more interesting booking, particularly after he won? I don't know. Particularly that I haven't watched the full product and only seen the highlights. I can't tell you if this was actually good or not. There's going to be a question of where they're going to go with Kevin. Are they going to go down the route again with Kevin going against Roman Reigns? Because he did it last year. So that's going to be the question. Now, we got Allura versus the returning to action in the ring, Bayley. Now, this was interesting. We didn't see Raquel. Raquel was not there. I don't know why. She could be because of some type of situation of travel, COVID, don't matter. I don't know what it is. You can tell me below, but I don't know. But she wasn't there. Bayley messed with her, and Allura said, hey, you talking? You doing this? Why don't you go in the ring with me and show me what you got? And she said, fine. And they went in the ring. Now, did Bayley look a little bit ring rusty? Here's the thing. You got people who are ring rusty, but know how to hide it. And you got people who are ring rusty and can't. Bayley looked like she knew how to hide it. Because there were moments that looked like she was a little slow. But she knew how to hide that slowness with her attitude and the way that she acted outside the ring when she basically destroyed Allura. I believe that's her name, Allura. And she won. No problem, and I didn't expect her to job. If she jobbed here, that would be the most stupidest thing. You're making Bayley important. She just had a moment with Trish Stratus and Bianca Belair. She cannot lose. She can't lose to someone supposed to be in a title tournament in the finals. She can't. I'm just saying. Now, we get the Johnny Gargano being back, and that's what the title of this video is. He's back. Johnny Gargano has returned. We all knew there was a good chance now that Papa H is in control, there was no way he wasn't going to say, Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? How's your kid? Oh, it's great. I'm so glad. I got Johnny. Yeah. How you been? 9 months. Yeah, it's been a while, my friend. It's been a while. I think I can reel it back in. And I'm going to give you a segment on Raw in the middle of the show. You come back. You don't have to wrestle yet. We're going to build you up. We're going to make Johnny Wrestling mean something. You come out in your original jacket. You come out. Hold on. Make sure the merch for his original symbol is there with the face with the eye. Just make sure you got it. You got it, Steph? Yeah. Nice ass. But you get my point. Papa H talked to him and made sure. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just saying, when it comes to Johnny, people remember him. And the crowd at first was not 100 big on it. And unfortunately, at one point, I don't know who was running the camera. They zoomed in an area where they were not cheering for Johnny Wrestling. I think that was a big mistake right there. Instead of someone making sure that you get the right camera in the right spot, they zoomed in a spot where the majority of the people did not call him Johnny Wrestling, but they did switch to a couple other spots where you did see him being cheered. So that was a little bit of a mistake on production. I don't care if it was Papa or not. Whoever did that made a mistake. Maybe Bruce. I don't know. But the point is, he talked about his son. He talked about baby wrestling, his son. And he talked about how much he loved this business and that he wanted dreams. He wanted to be U.S. champ. He wanted to be IC champ. He wanted to be world champion. And he cannot, in all honesty, cannot just be a father and not show his son as he grows up that you can't just try to dream and get something. I admit myself, you know what? Anyone who is a father, a new father or current father, hear it from somebody who unfortunately could not be there for his son. Not that I didn't love him, but there was a lot of situations I could not do. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. A truly honest person like me who's stupid. I'm a stupid, honest person. But I will say this. For anyone who's hearing Johnny and wondering, oh, this is stupid, saying about dreams. Yeah, it sounds good. Look, if a relationship you have with your ex breaks, or with them, if you can, talk with your son or daughter about dreams. I couldn't do that, unfortunately, with all the craziness with my marriage falling apart. and splitting up because we just weren't good for each other. And then ending up eventually disabled and spending years with almost the point of being almost evicted from my home with almost no money in my pocket, barely able to eat, literally. I couldn't be there for him. Didn't mean I didn't love him. If he saw this, I'd say, how you doing, son? But I just couldn't be there for him. Mentally, I wasn't there very well. Physically, I'm still screwed up. Financially, I was screwed up. So I couldn't be there and try to encourage him in his dreams. If you can, do it. It may sound stupid and corny, but you never know what that can inspire. Even
if your kid is almost an adult, talk to him anyway, because you never know.
You never know. But I'm just saying, that's what he said. And then Austin Fury comes out. I'm not calling him Fury, I don't like it. Austin Fury comes out, and he makes it very clear, Johnny, where have you been for 9 months? He says, well, I've been around. And pretty much, he's saying, I want to thank you because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you putting me on your wing. But now, you basically were the veteran, and I was the newbie. Our roles are reversed. I'm the veteran in a sense, and you're the newbie. Why don't you stick with me? You don't have to carry my bags, but you can carry the briefcase when I cash in and become champ. And that's what he tried to do. Try to convince Johnny, hey, be with me or get the hell out of here. And Johnny gave him a kick to his face for his trouble. So that means Johnny Wrestling's very first interaction will possibly be with Austin Fury. So he will not be going after Roman immediately. And he will not be bothering Drew as well. At least not immediately. Unless he is, and then we're going to have Johnny afterward. I'm just saying. A match that I was actually surprised about. You got Ciampa and Miz versus AJ and the Destroyer, Bobby Lashley. Guys, I haven't seen Miz in a long time enthusiastic. Let's put this in perspective. You want to know the last time he was really enthusiastic? 2017 or 16. When he was dealing with Bryan Danielson. Or Daniel Bryan. When he was mad that he was holding, I believe he was holding the US or the IC, what was it, US or IC? The IC title. And he was basically being ignored by WWE and Vince until talking smack. When he was talking with Bryan Danielson, I'm going to keep saying, I might as well, and Renee, and he blew up in his face. I think that's the last time I've seen him really that interested. Working with Ciampa, he's different. I'm not saying his moveset is any better. He's still an okay to average. Sometimes he can get above average in his wrestling, but he's way more enthusiastic. Does it mean he's greater than he was before? That's going to be left up to you. But I do see him more enthusiastic. He is different. In the end, what do we get? We get his ass whooped by AJ. And, my mistake. The Miz didn't get his ass whooped by AJ and Lashley. That happened to Ciampa when they started ringing the bell due to the fact that not only AJ was attacked by somebody with black hair, you get the Miz getting attacked by Dexter Lumis and dragged away to the back, who's supposedly still not working for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, or NXT. We're still getting this moment where it feels like they're trying to rebuild Retribution. I don't know about anyone else, but think about it like this. What if Papa H has decided to take a little bit of what Vince did, turn it on his head and make it work? Because he didn't make it work, but Papa H can make it work. Redoing Retribution, but this time with Dexter Lumis and maybe one or two other people, and trying to fix the mistake that Vince made. I'm not saying that it's going to work or not, but the way it looks like what Mustafa Ali, Mace, Screwball, and whatever, and Mia Yim and everybody else, it looks like that's what he's trying to do. At least it looks like. It doesn't mean it's me. I could be wrong. You guys tell me below. Finally, the final match of the night. Priest versus Edge in Toronto, where you get Beth Phoenix at ringside watching her man go to work. in a match that he has not done in that arena for about, 11 years? Was it good? It was all right. It wasn't a bad match. All the matches here were not bad. I'm still not feeling the tag title match for the women. I'm just not. But they didn't wrestle that badly. In this situation, it was a good match. In the end, Edge wins, and basically, Retribution almost destroyed him, and it was Beth who saved his ass. But you know what I wanted?
I kind of wanted this, but I know what's going to happen.
I wanted Beth to give her man Edge a concerto because she would be sick and tired of him acting stupid. Look, he created Judgment Day. He acted like a nut. What this story could have been was that she was sick and tired of Edge acting the way he was, and she nailed his ass with that damn chair. That's what I really wanted. I know it wasn't going to happen. That's kind of me. It would have been something different. Edge being totally turned on, not just by Retribution, by his own freaking wife, who got sick and tired of him acting stupid when he shouldn't have acted stupid. I'm just saying. Was this a good show? It was alright. It was fun. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. I wasn't bored. And I wasn't totally frustrated. Yes, I'm still not interested in a title match, the title tournament for the women's titles. At least not until after the pay-per-view. I keep forgetting the name of it. I don't know why. But pretty much, Seth and Matt Riddle was fine. The Dolph and Finn match was fine. The Open Challenge, I do wish it was Sami Zayn. When it came to Johnny coming back, it was fine. And kicking the head off of Austin Fury, who was almost the last person he worked with, was perfectly alright. And maybe they're going to have a feud there. And pretty much everything else was okay. But you guys tell me below. Peace.